friends! Thanks for joining me, Lone Hawk, for this episode of Road to Mythic, deck tech and gameplay for Magic the Gathering Arena Alchemy Best of 1. I'm going to change things up a little bit and give a brief introduction to the deck, but leave it to the gameplay to show how the cards work together. I'm labeling which games show which cards in the timeline, as well as the video notes. I'll wrap up with a review and what I took away from the gameplay. With that, let's get to the deck. Today we have Aclazotz Discard, featuring the new Caverns of Ixalan Black God Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal. It's a 4/4 flying lifelink that whenever it attacks, each opponent discards a card, and if they can't discard a card, you draw a card, so you get card advantage regardless. And whenever an opponent discards a land card, you get a 1/1 black bat. So they're actually motivated to not just slough land. And it survives death to become a land and can transform back for 2 and a black and a tap to that can only be activated if a player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, and only as a sorcery. So on your turn, if they're down to 1 or less cards, it can come back as a 4/4 lifelink. It will be tapped, but you can get it back. So we've got discard support. We've got, for that, Painful Quandary that forces them to discard a card or lose 5 life when they cast a spell. We've got Visage of Dread, another new Caverns of Ixalan card that is an artifact that causes a Dreams of Steel and Oil effect. You see their hand and choose an artifact or creature card, and they discard that. But it sits on the battlefield and has craft with 2 creatures. So we'll see that in action. We have also, along the lines in support of discard, we got Liliana of the Veil. It has her plus ability is each player discards a card. And we've got Invasion of Eldraine that causes opponent to discard 2 cards when it enters the battlefield, and then when it flips is a 2/2 flyer that penalizes them if they have 2 or fewer cards in hand before they draw. So they really need to keep a full hand or get pinged with 2 damage a turn. And we are also trying out a card from Wilds of Eldraine, Rankles Prank, that is a symmetrical card where you can have each player discard 2 cards, each player lose 4 life, and or each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Which can be good because we don't have as many creatures. Sometimes they're transformed to lands. But that's the idea. We make them discard down to nothing. We drop a big creature that keeps their hand small and keeps coming back. Let's see how it works on the ladder. Well, we've got lots of good discard here. We've got Braids to sack the Hopeless Nightmares once they're down. So yeah, definitely keep this. Alright, start off with a discard. And they lose 2 life. They're playing Green with the Hunter Maze, which is a good sign. They discard another Hunter Maze. Tezzeret's Reckoning. Interesting. Alright, we will play Hidden Necropolis. And yes, another Hopeless Nightmare. green, blue. They have discarded nothing but green. Elusive Otter. Okay, so prowess deck, maybe, possibly. We could go get Hunter's Maze, grab a card at some point with the Echoing Deeps. We'll play Plaza of Heroes and Braids. And we will sacrifice one of the enchantments. Those two really do go well together. Yeah, we do not need the land. They both get combat research. It's clever. They have 0 cards in hand. Okay, so can't make them discard. They do not attack. We will play Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Or Aclazotz. Don't really want to attack at this point. Yeah, and that hits them for 4. Let's see, which one do we want? We want Skitter. Yeah, and both those are good. Both those are very good. If you've watched this far, please like and subscribe to support the channel and to get more from me as I release more videos. And we get Go for the Throat. Well, that's impressive. Are they going to swing with it? Can't block the Otter. The Spell Thief has... So we want to... They do have 2 cards in hand. Yeah. So... We want to... Nightmare, Hexmage, Go for the Throat, which is 5. So we're just going to plain play Echoing Deeps. Well, that's strange. I don't know why that came into play tapped. Okay, well, that's fine. We will get rid of Ivy here. Why would you... Nice. We will just do this then. Yep, no attacks. That will just result in... Well, wait. Yeah, you can't quite get the kill. No attacks. And yeah, we will sacrifice another Nightmare. You can either go down to 1 life, and we can dump the land. Very close. Next turn, think double casting Sewer King and Lord Skitter and the Spiteful Hexmage. Spiteful Hexmage gets us a Cursed Roll token that's actually good to You can do 10 to me. They draw a bunch of cards. Unless they've got something to... Ah, there we go. We will... Yeah. Do that. They are open, so... Good game. So yeah, that is working. Kind of a cool deck. Otter Prowess. We will keep this one. A little short on land, but should be able to make that up. Got a turn 2 play. That's fine. There we go. Let's see if we can get them to draw the exile. Oh yeah, goodbye Glissa. That's nice. Got a forest, edict, terrace under, so they're just full of removal. Yeah, they tear that asunder. That is an excellent use for that. They do have Planeswalker removal. Let's see. So we bring out Preacher of the Schism. It's defense and drawing the Go for the Throat. That sets up Rankles Prank nicely for next turn. They decide not to sacrifice. That is pretty cool. And I guess the thought is, what do we discard? Yeah, I think we save... Gosh, it's a tough call for discards. Definitely every player sacrifices 2 creatures. We're behind on life. And, yeah, let's have them discard. That protects Liliana. We still can't play Aclazotz, so we're going to do those 2. And they swing. They maybe swing. They don't swing. They swing. They do swing. Retain card in hand. Retain card in hand. We will... Yep. We will bring out Lord Skitter. Exile a card from their graveyard. Yep, let's say goodbye to Glissa. Dinosaur is pretty cool. They are definitely removal heavy. Yeah, and well, actually, plus. I have one discard. There we go, wise idea. They get another land, which does zip for them. Bring Liliana down to the original 3. And we are both top decking now. Wonder if my connection is bad. Yeah, we'll have him sacrifice. Good game. This is not a great looking hand. If they are mono red, we are hosed. So better mulligan. Better. We'll keep 6. We'll pitch the Invasion of Eldraine and make them discard. The Hopeless Nightmare and the Bloodletter of Aclazotz. The Bloodletter of Aclazotz pair well together, doing 4 loss of life for just one damage, or 4 loss of life for just 1 mana is pretty handy. So this would be the burn version. We'll plan on sacking the Hopeless Nightmare unless something intimidating shows up. So much card draw out there. See what they look at. Nothing. I will still lose life. A random card is not a good thing, and we will let's see. Yes, we will take Braids. Play the swamp. Yeah, let's make them burn 4. Was Braids a mistake? I mean, we've got nothing to sacrifice to it, which is a problem. We could actually use a good bit of card draw right now. Mechanized Warfare. I do 3 damage. Kind of bizarre. Yeah, I'll lose life on that. Alright. We can now protect Bloodletter, and you know, I think that is better than bringing out Braids at this point. We do 4 damage and end turn. Our goal here is to make them waste maximum resources. If they haven't smacked the Bloodletter already, they probably don't have something to do that with. Fiery Inscription. This is looking intimidating. Resolve. Resolve. Okay, we're not going to have to protect the Bloodletter this turn, so we will let them attack. Resolve. We will let them think that they are keeping the Swift Spear. Oh, they discard the god. Okie dokie. Yeah, and at this point we will destroy it. They now get to start drawing. We will let them draw. Okay. Yeah, I think this is actually pretty good. We'll attack with Bloodletter. We'll bring out Braids. And the Greedy Freebooter, which we kind of want to die. They can't sacrifice it, so they take 4 damage. And yeah, that could end up being lethal, so we will totally do that. We get a treasure, which means we can do the Bitter Triumph. They do have 3 cards here. So if they get the Bloodletter, then we're in some trouble. Alright, bring out the Swift Spear. Invasion. So we take 5. Creature takes 1. But that is all they get. They either have something that requires mana or something that delivers mana, but not both. So, liking our slot here. Oh, then, okay, resolve. Oh yeah, they're out of timeouts. Pass. Resolve. Opponent draws a card. And my turn. We'll Hopeless Nightmare them. Good game. We got a 1 and a 3. Echoing Deeps is kind of underperforming. I think it really has a home only in decks that I think it only has place in decks that and we will bring in Braids to be a reasonably good blocker and to deal with what do we want here? Vran gives us life gain. And we've got nothing bigger than 3. So I think, yes, we want to do that. See what they do here. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to let them look at 3 cards. Gotta expect Monstrous Rage here. Okay, they use a new card, which I think is strictly worse than Monstrous Rage. In this case, yeah, Liliana's Veil doesn't do a whole lot for us. I think we want the Preacher of the Schism. They are doing the same thing again. You know what? I want to attack with that, so you go right ahead and do your worst. Okay. Now we do get a vampire token when we attack, so we will definitely do that. I think we... No, it doesn't make sense to pull out that. Let's see what they have in hand. That might have actually been good to do before the thing. We don't have a card to choose. Blazing Crescendo and Furnace Rains. And Lightning Strike. Alright, well, if they didn't get a mountain, they don't have a whole lot to do here. Blazing Crescendo can be used. We will... That's fine. We'll gain a life. Now we must be careful. Yep. Yeah. I think we have to make them sacrifice a creature. And next to combat, I'll attack. Next to damage. Okay, we've got a blocker. We've got a sacrifice. Yep, I think we want to get rid of that. No blocks. We will save that for when you use this guy. That does not give them trample. That is a sorcery. Do we use Malicious Eclipse or see? Yeah, I think you definitely use it. Let's do this. Okay. And then, yeah, we're gonna have each player discard a card. we will hang on to Liliana then. Cacophony Scamp goes down. Okay. Next combat, I'll attack. Gain 1 life. Get rid of them. Oh, and they get something they can use the Blazing Crescendo. Oh, awesome. Okay, well, we definitely need that blocker. That's until the end of the next turn that they can play that. Oh, we can do that. I think we would actually rather do this. And we will make them sacrifice a creature. Alright, and next, can't attack, end turn. They just get land, and we'll just silence you. Oh, the Soulcleaver. Alright, yeah, and the Foundry is actually useful too. Actually, the Foundry is more useful. Kind of gives us an emergency blocker. It'll make each player discard a card. And we will attack. And oh wow, that's kind of a difficult decision. Those are all pretty good. We will mill. Oh, that's right, you had that on top. Good game. Managed to outlast. Well, we got discard, discard, and more discard. Okay, looking like Demir. What? Nope. Grixis. Grixis it is. Let's see what you got in that hand. Grixis. Oh my. Well, yeah, get rid of him. Early removal, late nasty baddies. Is it even worth bringing out the Sewer King at this point? Doesn't seem like it. Make them spend the removal. Yeah, let's make them spend the removal. Because Shield Dread is far nastier. What? You don't even let us get the token? The Soulcleaver. Alright, we'll bring out the Murex. Would we rather... They are very close to playing those things. Yeah, tell you what, let's do this. We'll probably keep Sauron, hoping for the land draw. Oh, they actually get the mouth of Sauron. Moria Marauder, okay. What does that one do? Come on, let me see. Mills 3 cards and number of instants and sorcery cards in that player's graveyard. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you pretty much have to bring out Shieldred, don't you? And the Soulcleaver, which I'm not sure belongs in this deck, but we would like to see how it works. Oh. Okay, that is a goblin or an orc. And which of these two do we want to... That's equipped too, so let's bring out the Priest of the Schism. And... we will... we'll put it on Shieldred. They can actually kill that, so no attacks. They play the Mouth of Sauron. Who are they going to have? Mill cards. Six, 6. I will take that. Let's see. Let's bring out the Bloodletter. And we'll attack with the Priest. Fortunately, we are not tied. And we bring out a chump blocker. So you are just all about the orcs. Okay, here we go. We will have them sacrifice something. And we will be close to the kill this turn. Oh, they take out the Marauder. Okay, and... yeah, I think we swing. That is lethal. So we are swinging for 11, but in truth, because it's going at the head. Okay. Chalk up a win to the Bloodletter of Aclazotz. We can keep this. Might as well. Yeah, I think that may have been a mistake to keep this. More fun. Yeah, let's try this. Get the discard thing out there first. Man, they do have a haste creature. Oh well. Am I just going for the head? Okay. Each player discards a card. I will send... Huh. Gosh, that's a tough call. He's got lifelink. Yeah, let's get rid of the Bloodletter. Especially since we can't cast it this time. Yeah, they discarded Scry. They are still a little ways away from being able to do anything with it. Alright. They don't have 2 cards to discard, so yeah. Looks like this, Skitter, and Hopeless Nightmare. Squee! Didn't even think of that. Very handy though. Another Mario Marauder. Yeah, pretty well have to do that. Alright, we'll put out the Sleeper. And next, no attacks, end turn. Oh dear. Yeah, we're definitely getting in his way. Passing to the blockers. 1 blocker, pass, and come on, land. Just 1 will do. Here's the thing, you're gonna die. But I am a god, I shall live forever. Let's see. Which do we want to do here? We could bring back that tapped. Or we could sack this and let's do the discover thing. So we tap and sacrifice to discover 4. And that did not work out terribly well. We can unfortunately curse the rat. So that's the downside of discover. If you have 1 strength things in your library, you can get them and pay a lot for very little. Alright, I'm going to bring him back. And still gives us time for the transmigrant. We also have the poor fortune of being up against a mono deck that doesn't we'll do this. Well, that gets them gone. Sort of. And we will sacrifice the transmigrant, so it doesn't really matter. That's kind of handy. And we will -2, -2. Okay. Well, that was fun. That was Aclazotz discard. Review of things. I've only got the 1 Braids. That worked really well in this deck when it worked. I think I might actually put in more Greedy Freebooters because I don't have more Spiteful Hexmages. Spiteful Hexmage would have been very nice in there as well. That Braids could sacrifice. The Evolved Sleeper, the Greedy Freebooter, we actually want to die to get its stuff. Evolved Sleeper is good for card draw. I don't think it's not a bad choice. But I think I would drop it, especially if I put in more Braids. Lord Skitter was great. Priest of the Schism was great. These are all wonderful choices, and I think that any of them, is a good inclusion in the deck. Malicious Eclipse actually helped quite a bit for control on red. I think that is a worthy inclusion, especially if you're facing a lot of aggro, because the deck tends to start slowly. Razor Slash Our Razor Lash Transmigrant, I think, underperformed. We should get rid of that. Bitter Triumph definitely did take out a Planeswalker for us. A handy inclusion. I don't know that we want to go with all of them, because Go for the Throat is just so darn nice. But it is definitely helpful in the deck. Fanatical Offering, if we go with more Greedy Freebooters, probably makes sense to do. Misery's Shadow didn't do much for us. It's really only good against Ratadrabic decks, and they usually have the removal for it. We'll remove that one. Visage of Dread was fun. I mean, it's another discard spell, so that's nice. You also get a look at their hand, and it can sit around and do something later. So I'm a fan. I think it's probably better than Nezumi Informant. Vran was decent. I'm still looking for the right 2-drop for this deck. Let's see. Invasion of Eldraine was critical in a lot of matches. Getting those Prickle Fairies out gets you a blocker and then does the 2 damage every turn. Definitely worth including, especially if we don't have a full set of Shieldreds. Another Rankles Prank was okay. It was really nice in some situations. Same thing with the Bloodletter of Aclazotz. It's a fun card, worthy of inclusion. I think we should probably pick one, but for now, with just a couple of each, I don't think I've got another one of those. Nope, it goes black. Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal, we did actually a couple of times get it to transform back. For the lands, Plaza of Heroes is a nice inclusion. With all the exile out there, getting something to protect our legends is very handy, and we often don't need it as an actual land. It also picks up the ability to use black mana pretty quickly, so it doesn't come with much of a penalty. Hidden Necropolis, I think probably not worthy of inclusion in the deck. And the Echoing Deeps was kind of miserable. This deck has been a success. I'm climbing the ladder with it. I will find some more 2-drops in here and post this up. Thank you for watching this far. If you haven't liked and subscribed, I encourage you to do so. You can do it with the bug in the lower right corner of the screen, or in my description, or on my channel page. Until next time, may Magic the Gathering Alchemy turn your day golden.